it's Lindsay. Welcome back to The Wandering Reader and welcome to episode 5 of Picking Up the Threads. Those of you that are new to my channel, this is a video where I talk about all of my crafty things that I've been doing over the last few weeks. So I'm going to talk to you about stuff I have finished, things that are in progress at the moment, and I don't actually think I have any stash, like anything that I've bought to show you. I'm pretty sure that I don't. So yeah, anyway, let's jump into what I have finished, and I have a really exciting thing to show you. This, let's just open it up, make sure, yeah, it's this way around. This is going to be so hard to show you. Here we go. This is my Springtime in Suburbia shawl. This is a pattern by Natalie, and her Ravelry design name is Nitty Natty. And she also has a podcast on YouTube, which I'll leave a link to down below. I love watching her. She started podcasting about her knitting and her crochet in January of this year. And I think she just released episode 13, and yeah, she's just so lovely and she makes such lovely stuff. So she put a call out for testers for a crochet pattern that she was releasing, and I'd never tested a pattern before, but I was really eager to give it a go. I just bought some fingering weight yarn and, you know, I wanted to jump in and give it a go. So I signed up and I got picked, and I was, yeah, it was great. So it was a big secret for the whole of the month of March, I think, and then it was released at the beginning of April. So now I can finally share it with you. I'm going to turn down the light on the camera just a little bit because it keeps going. Like the sun keeps shining through the clouds, and then it will go really bright, and then it goes behind it, and then it go really dark again. So I want to show you the true colour of this. So this is a big crochet shawl. So if I show you, it's really hard to show you the whole of this. God, fiddling about with it now. This is the bottom of it, so it's like a I don't know how you would say what this is, and then the top of it is this. So it's a 3-colour shawl, and it takes 4 skeins hanks of fingering weight yarn. So I used, I'm just going to reach over, so my main colour was this one, and this is how much I've got left. And this is Skein Queens fingering weight yarn. It's on the crush base in the Lighthouse colourway. And I've quite a bit of this left, so you could just see the colours in this. It's a really lovely sort of like different shades of blue. It's got some yellow in there, some greeny tones, and then some like light whites and greys and things like that. It's so beautiful. So I bought this when I went to the knitting and stitching show. Are you going to come back into focus? Hello? There we go. I bought this at the knitting and stitching show. I bought 2 skeins of this when I went, and I was eager to use it. So I really wanted to use this colour. But then of course, because I haven't bought indie dyed yarn before, I only had like this and a dye candy one, which wouldn't have gone. So I decided to go hunting for 2 colours to go with it. And I went on Etsy, and of course I wanted to support UK dyers, so that's what I did. So I bought these 2 colours to go with it. This is Mr. B's yarn, and it's on the Hiddleston base. It's 4-ply, 75/25 superwash merino and nylon. And this this blue colour here is in the Cadet colourway, and then this colour is Shale. So a really nice kind of like turquoisey tealy, well no, it is tealy sort of ducky blue. and then this is a nice grey, not really dark grey but not really light grey either. So when I put that up against the Lighthouse colourway, you can see how I thought that they would go together. They're just amazing. Love, love, love it. So I was really pleased with how it turned out. It took me about 3 or 4 weeks to make it, but once you had got the hang of how to do the stitches, it was really easy. It was just so repetitive. And this is the finished object, so I can wear it like over my shoulders like this. I wonder if I just go back a bit so you can see this a bit more clearly. Yeah, over my shoulders like this, so it's like a shawl. But I've also worn it to work as like a scarf, so I can wear it like this. Or, just sit down again. Or wrap around like this. And actually, I was watching Natalie's podcast this morning, her podcast number 12 I think is where she talked about this, and she talked about doing something like this. I could be wrong about how, no, that doesn't look right. I don't know. She explains it better. I'll link her video down below. But yeah, it's like a really cool scarf like this. And it's not, because it's fingering weight, it's not really, really warm. So it's perfect for this time of year, hence the name, springtime in suburbia. And I just absolutely love it. So I will show you sort of the stitch definition up close. So you can sort of see how it goes. And then it runs into these other colours. And I just absolutely love it. So yeah, this is my finished object. And like I said, first time that I have tested a pattern. And it was really good. It was, you know, it was cool like giving somebody feedback like that, but also like having the confidence to make something like this. You know, I don't know, just, I don't really know what I'm trying to say, but at the same time, like, it's just amazing. And I can't believe that I made this and that this is now in my wardrobe. So it's just beautiful. It really is beautiful. So yeah, I am going to treasure this and wear it often. I've worn it to work a couple of times already, and I've worn it out and about and things like that. The weather at the moment, it's been a bit changeable, so I haven't been able to take some good pictures of it outside. For my other shawl, I haven't been able to take pictures of that outside just because it's been so grey and things like that. So I'm trying to look for a day when it's sunny, which it has been today, but I've not been anywhere nice in order to take pictures of it, where I can take some really nice pictures of it. Oh God, how amazing is this? So I will leave a link to the pattern on Ravelry down below. If you're a crocheter, I would highly suggest the pattern. It's, yeah, like I said, so intuitive. It's quite repetitive but enjoyable at the same time because of the progress that you're making and the whatever yarn that you use as well. It's just interesting, all of the colour changes and things like that. So yeah, really pleased with that. Okay, and then I'm going to show you a couple of things that I'm working on. So the first of those, it's not in a project bag, it's just in this plastic bag basically. The first of those is the Summertime Tea, and this is by Tony Lipsy. I will put a picture on the screen here. I'm making this out of Starcraft Monet in the Mountain Dawn colourway. This is an Aran? Yeah, somebody corrected me in the comments and I don't actually know how. Is Aran right? Aran, I don't know. Anyway, it's cotton and acrylic, I think. I don't have the tag up here. I haven't been that organised. But yeah, it's cotton and acrylic and it looks like this. So you can see it's just absolutely beautiful. You can see the way that the threads have been woven together. It's really lovely, and I bought 4 balls of this from my local craft shop, and immediately thought that this is what I wanted to do with it. I just thought it would be the perfect summertime project. So this is where I'm at with it so far. This is, I'm using a 6.5mm hook, and this is where I'm at with it. Just got it a bit tangled. That bit that's tangled. Okay, so here we go. So I have made the front panel, so you can see it a bit more up close. And it was interesting because I'd never done foundation crochet before, and it suggested that for the ribbing at the bottom, like for starting the ribbing at the bottom, but I didn't really feel confident doing that. And actually the chevron wrap that I showed you, the Springtime in Suburbia wrap that I showed you earlier, also suggested doing a foundation row, and I watched a couple of videos on YouTube and I just wasn't confident about doing it, so I didn't. But then in order to pick up the sleeves, you kind of had to do foundation crochet, so I learned how to do that basically, and then I'm just continuing on until I get to a particular height with the sleeves, and then you make the back panel, I think, and then sew it together. So I made this a little bit longer than what the pattern suggests, because I'm a bit longer bodied than perhaps other people, so I made it an extra inch longer, and the back panel's longer than the front panel anyway. It's got like a little cut down the side, but I think this is going to look absolutely beautiful. So it's kind of like a slouchy, not off the shoulder, but it can be off the shoulder type t-shirt, and obviously you would wear something underneath it, but I think this is going to look beautiful in the summer. It's so easy to do. I was doing it wrong to begin with. It calls for this particular stitch, but I was doing that stitch wrong to begin with, and then I figured out what I was doing wrong and ripped it back and then redid it again, and oh my god, it was so much quicker when I redid it again, just because it was so fiddly the first time around and I knew it didn't feel right. But yeah, so I'm really looking forward to having this done and wearing it, and I'll let you know what I think. I think I'm making the size medium, although when I measured it the other day it's more like a small. I don't know, I'm hoping it fits me, hopefully. Okay, and the last thing that I want to share with you that I'm working on at the moment is actually a cross stitch pattern, and this is the So Crafty cross stitch duo kit Hippo and Giraffe. So this is from a kit from Aldi, which is a supermarket chain in the UK, but they also have them in the US as well, and So Crafty is like their craft line, I suppose. And so I made the giraffe, and I haven't quite finished it yet. I've still got a bit of back stitching to do, but here he is. Isn't he gorgeous? I've decided to call him Henry. So I like calling them names if I make animals. Like I made a crochet elephant and her name's Rosa, and so she's sitting on the mantelpiece downstairs, Rosa the elephant. So yeah, I've been inspired to pick up my cross stitch again because Sarah from Steeped in Books has been cross stitching, and cross stitching was sort of like my first love. So I remember that when I finished my GCSEs, so I was 16, if you're not in the UK, basically your GCSEs are the exams that you take when you're 16. And you have a longer summer holiday than everybody else, so you finish your exams like at the end of June, and then you have the whole of July off as well as the whole of August off. And I remember being stuck for stuff to do basically, so I got out a cross stitch book from the library. I don't really know how I came across it or how I thought it might be okay, but I got it out and I made one of the patterns from it. I think my mum still has that pattern. Mum, you can let me know if I'm wrong. I really won't take offence if you don't have it up in your house, but I remember it being up in the house that we grew up in. And yeah, I was really proud of myself, and then I loved cross stitch from then on, and I had lots of magazines and patterns and things like that. And then when I moved out of home and into my own house, I kind of lost track of it for a while, and it's only been since, yeah, I've moved into this house that I've felt the need to kind of pick it back up again. But I love it, I absolutely love it. And so I'm going to finish off Henry, and then I'm going to do the hippo in here. I don't know, I haven't decided what to call the hippo yet. Maybe you guys can leave me some suggestions down below. But yeah, I'm really enjoying doing that. It's been an absolute pleasure. Yeah. So like I said, guys, I don't actually have anything that I've bought recently to show you. So that's basically it for my craft update. So yeah, I'd love to have a chat with you in the comments below about, you know, anything that I've discussed in today's video. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye.